Okay, you know that Mark Warren loves his football, and even though he loves his UT Vols, he also loves his local high school teams, and that's why he and the guys at Sport Talk on the Talk Monster, WGOW, are teaming up to give $3,000 to a local high school athletic program. Mark couldn't be here today, but he sent the next best replacement, and that's Scott McMahon, otherwise known as Quake, from Sport Talk. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Julie.
And Mark would probably say, no, Julie, it's not just me. It's not just me. There's a group of people teaming up to do this, right?
Yes, that's correct. So it's Warren and Griffin. It's also our friends at Coca-Cola and the Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Those three have been longtime sponsors of our Coca-Cola Red Zone, which covers high school football in our area. So this is an opportunity, and it's not just about football. This is athletics in general. To not go to our website, which is WGOW.com. You can nominate your favorite school, whatever it may be, and we're looking for obviously public schools that need the money the most. But it doesn't have to be Hamilton County. It could be North Georgia or our surrounding area, regional high schools. You can nominate there. Again, that's WGOW.com. We had a story of a school that I won't name. But in the nomination, we want you to tell us why your school is in need of this money, deserving of this, right? Their baseball team shares gloves. Not everybody has their own glove, and that's just something that you think, wow, I mean, that's just hard to believe, right?
Yeah,
in 2023.
in this day and age.
Yeah, right. So that's the type of stuff we're talking about. And there's another story that last year, again, I won't use the school's name, they made the playoffs for the first time in a long time. This is in football. They couldn't afford to hire the buses, pay for the food that they needed. It was an away game, so they had to travel. And they were digging and scrounging and trying to figure out how they're going to pay for this because the players and the coaches put in the time, had the success to make the playoffs, and then they didn't have the funds to be able to do it.
Did they have to forfeit the game?
No. They ended up getting enough funds raised in a short time, about a week and a half, and they actually pulled it off. But the head coach was just like, I don't know what we're supposed to do here.
Right.
So the need for this is great. And I wish it were more than $3,000, but I think $3,000 can really make a difference in an athletic department's future and funding of all of it. Not just football, again, it's all sports, girls and boys.
Well, okay, so a few things. One, you want these nominations to come in, but there is a time limit because you're going to announce the recipient on November 1st.
That's right. December 1st.
December 1st.
It'll be December 1st, and it will be at the Blue Cross Bowl, which is at Finley Stadium. That's our state championships that we've had for a couple years. So we will make the announcement of what school is going to win on December 1st down there at Finley.
Okay.
So again, WGOW.com. We just want you to nominate your school and give us a little couple, sentences on why the school is in need of this money, and we want to help. And a big thank you again to Warren and Griffin, and Coca-Cola and Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. They understand the need even more than we do.
Yeah, well, but I know you mentioned that you wish it could be more than $3,000, and I understand why. But at the same time, you don't want to give so much that it takes away the community support too.
Right.
Because if they do go to the playoffs, for example, that's a great chance for that hometown to rally behind those kids.
That's exactly right.
And contribute as well.
Yep.
If a school then receives this money, whoever the recipient may be, I guess they'll then find ways to stretch it, right?
Yes, so we will give it, through the athletic director of that school, and that athletic director is tasked with knowing where the money is, most needed.
Yeah.
Whether that's girls softball or basketball or, guys track or whatever the case is. I mean, it'll be totally up to them to use the money as they feel, it's appropriate.
And even though I know on the radio y'all are talking all the time about the professional teams and the college season and all that going on out there, there's nothing like high school athletics.
Nope, there is nothing. And we're awfully proud that 30 years of the Coca-Cola Red Zone covering that. That's before cell phones, by the way.
That's a very impressive
We used to say, make sure, with the first couple of years, we'd say, make sure you take your quarter so you can call us at halftime on the payphone there at the stadium. I mean, times have changed so much, but 30 years of covering high school football, there's Cowboy Joe, and it's just been a passion of ours for that long, just to get the exposure out for these kids. Most of them won't play college football, so it's kind of their last hurrah as far as, being on a team and doing
Yeah.
that stuff, and the community support, like you mentioned as well, is huge.
But as he said, this is not for football specific. So as long as your school has an athletic program of any kind, and there's a need that's there, think about putting that nomination in. It's WGOW.com. They'll have to know before December 1st because that's when the announcement will be made. And no matter what, no matter who receives the money this year, if you're putting your nomination in, I'm sure your kids and your heart are the best around too.
Thank you, Julie,
Thank you,
so
Clay.
much.